We broke 40K again. And we're going to listen to what Jerome Baker has to say. What is up, Finn fans? Last night, I did the live stream regardless. If you don't know, go back and watch the live stream or check out the community tab. I got messed with a little bit. Somebody helped the channel break 40,000 and then took it all away. But you know what? You guys are awesome. The new subscribers are awesome and helped us break 40,000 subscribers. Right now we are sitting at 40,025 subscribers. So we did it. We officially broke 40,000 subs. If you want to know about the giveaway, go watch the live stream from yesterday. It wasn't long. It was like a 45-minute live stream. I showed my very first video. I talked about where the name came from, why I'm a Dolphins fan, from Jersey, all that stuff. We had a lot of fun, laughed. I thanked you guys a lot. Go check it out. And also, if you want to be part of the giveaway, I'm giving away two things: a jersey of your choice, and Backroom Collections is hooking you guys up. So two people are winning. So go check that out, and I will pick the winners probably the end of the week. But yeah, we did it again, and thank you guys. It means the world to me. Now to 50K. So let's talk about Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker sat down with Varsity House podcast. We're only going to listen to tidbits of it, but go check them out. Go listen to the full podcast. This first segment is says Tyreek and Tua Tagovailoa will be scary next year. So we're going to listen to that and see what he has to say about that. So I'm going to pop it up. Boop. Scoot it to boot it. Let's play this.
Talk about Tyreek Hill's addition, to the team and, what he brings to the team as well.
Man, he brought that winning culture. It's hard to build a winning team without no winners, essentially. Like, it was nobody that truly won. So it was kind of hard to see, like, oh, this is what winners do, because none of us knew. We all was essentially, on losing teams as far as the Dolphins. So when he came and he run that swagger of, like, this is what we need to do, this is how we should play. But he didn't come with that I'm better than you attitude. I could say, like, he's arguably like one of the best teammates you can have. Like, he's the superstar, Tyreek Hill, all that. Mm-hmm. But if you take away that, he's still just a great teammate. Like, let's all get together and do this. Oh, let's all he's essentially the reason I had my Halloween party. Oh, let's have a Halloween party and invite all the guys. He was that teammate of, let's get a ping pong table in front of the locker room. Let's have fun.
The ping pong table, that has been something that's been talked about. Oh, they got rid of it. They brought it back. That's actually a new one. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, if you notice when Tyreek came, he talks about hanging out with Tua, there's parties, all that good stuff. So, and like he said, it's not a cocky attitude, but he's holding people to standards.
On each other, like, let's do that. And he really brought that to life. He was a very big, advocate for that. And people can say what they want about Tyreek Hill, whatever, but if you met him and you're a teammate of his, he genuinely cared for you. He genuinely just a great teammate. Mm-hmm.
Was there any, anything from the DBs that was just like, bro, like we got to be on our, our stuff today? Obviously with Waddle too back there or out there, it was like something from the DBs, so it's like maybe you had time to like chill and relax, but it was like them. They was like, nah, we got to lock in because they trying to bomb us every day.
No, they literally pushed our defense to its limits. Like, there's been times we'd go up against them and we're just trying to figure out, like, yo, how are we going to slow down this? Like, it's no way you think you can put one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. So
I think that's also the thing that's going to be very interesting because, again, and I don't mean to, like, kick someone when they're down and stuff, but the offense was pushing the defense to their limit, right? Was the defense pushing the offense to the limit? Was the defense giving coverages and schemes and trying to confuse and take away what the offense did well? The 49ers and Chargers games say no. So when we got to that point and all of a sudden a defense was like, we know how to stop this, we're going to stop this now, the offense was like, crap, okay, we got to hurry up and figure this out, because the defense wasn't unable to or push it. And I think that has a lot to say about Boyer and his inability to do that. I think now with Vic Fangio in there, you're going to see that the defense is going to be pushing the offense as much as the offense is going to be pushing the defense.
All right, now we're going to put somebody over top where when you do that, you're taking away from your defense in some type of way.
Right.
And he created so many different challenges. Waddle, same thing, so many different challenges. The first time, guys always say they're fast. Everybody say they're fast, whatever. But the first time I was like, oh, this guy is super fast. It was training camp. A simple, when I say simple, it had to be like a simple, out route or whatever. It was just inside out, make the tackle. Easy for me, right? And I'm faster. I'm thinking I'm fast, whatever. This guy turned the corner so fast. It went from he's going to the sidelines, we're going to meet, make the tackle. So, I had to stop my angle. I was like, okay, I'm going to meet you down here. And that was, my first time, oh, no, I can see why they say he's cheating. He's genuinely, he can change your angle in a heartbeat. And it's not his top speed is that he can get to his top speed in 3 steps. So you're looking at and he's smaller. So those smaller guys, they're harder to really grab sometimes. So that was my first time man, this dude is blazing fast. But I think our team, just in general, we just have a fast team. And I'm not going to say our answer to it, but we had an interesting way to slow it down a little bit. And, that's all you can do. You can't stop that. You can't stop those two. You can really just slow them down. So,
would you say he's the best receiver in the NFL?
Yeah, by far. He's the best receiver because you can't. Who you gonna line up one-on-one with him? You name it, he shown up and did it. And with what quarterback?
I was at the Jets game. Even when he was going one-on-one with Juice, Gardner. I said Juice. Sauce Gardner. When he was going one-on-one with Sauce Gardner, I was at that game. He drew how many defensive pass interference penalties? That man, he was getting grabbed left and right. Yeah, Sauce is going to be a very good cornerback in the NFL. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year for a reason. But when he was going one-on-one with Tyreek, he was grabbing because he probably couldn't keep up with Tyreek. Tyreek's ridiculous.
Put any quarterback with him, they're going to love Tyreek Hill, just regardless of who it is. He put up numbers with whoever you put out there. So
Alex Smith.
Man, he's definitely my number one. Credit to him.
And you talk about, you just mentioned the quarterback, and obviously in the offseason there was a lot of talk about, Tua. Is he going to be able to throw the ball to those guys and, things like.
I can tell that the naysayers and the skeptics, and I'm not even going to call them haters, but people who are being a little bit ridiculous are going to say whatever. I don't know. I haven't watched any of this. Whatever Jerome's about to say, he's only saying because he's a teammate. But actually, let's try to listen to what he says.
Like that, but he also comes from a winning culture. I feel like you guys have a lot of people that come from a winning culture as far as college. The Clemsons, Ohio States, the Bamas. And so I'm sure, he's heard, the negative, noise before just coming up, and he's played with great players. So he knows how to obviously get the ball to him. He played with Judy, Smitty, he played with Ruggs. He played with all these different guys, and now he's with Waddle again, obviously. But what was it like, being in the locker room with Tua, with Tyreek, and obviously having all the outside noise just solely focused on them, and it wasn't positive. It was you supposed to get Tyreek Hill, and there's supposed to be positive energy, the Dolphins are going to be a great team. But I feel like it was the opposite. It was can Tua perform? Can he get them the ball? So what was all that? What was that like?
He didn't look at it oh my God, they're talking about me. It was all right, bet, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I just remember his development over the years when he first came in and all that tanking for Tua, that was all for him. So the expectations for him was just through the roof already. And the guy just put his head down and worked. No matter what happened, he worked. He just truly just tried to get better in every aspect of his game. If you was around him, you really admired that. He didn't care what nobody said or what any blog or media had to say. He truly knew I'm putting in the work and it's going to work out for me. That's all I know. Even this year we got Hill. to me, it was kind of like amazing. Like, how are you going to say something when they haven't even stepped on the field together yet? Like, you can't judge or do whatever, man. You just can't say that. So when this year, when he really started having some success and doing things he's been doing, I was just so happy for him because it was like, after all that's been said, you still do your thing. Like, I truly appreciate that. And when he come into that locker room, his head is high. He's ready to lead. And he's not afraid of, yo, I messed up. That is very hard to say in a room in the NFL locker room. I messed up. It's my fault. And I truly appreciate how he just went about his business on the field, off the field, his family. Everything he done was just in the right way. That's all he knew. He didn't let anything change him. He didn't care what anybody had to say. He just worked and worked. And it's working out.
That, to me, is probably one of Tua's best qualities, is the fact that he learns from his mistakes. If you notice, a lot of times he'll make certain mistakes and he'll do certain things, and then he won't do it again down the road. And I talked about this, and we're going to go more in depth because I'm going through every single one of Tua's dropbacks. I'm going to go show you the best and the worst of 2022. I'm putting a whole film breakdown together for you guys. But he had Patriot game. Right? I don't think it was a bad game, but I don't think it was the Browns game. It was we won. He made the nice throw on 4th down to get the touchdown. He was, accurate here and there, but it was all right. It was what it was. Ravens game. He won us that game. Put the team on his back. The defense wasn't doing anything. Won us that game. Bills game. The 3rd and 22, threw the pass he needed to. All of these things for these 2 games did great. Got injured. Was gone for 2.5 games. Came back against the Steelers, right? Another game. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't what we wanted him to be. He was all right. And then, boom, took off. And you could say, oh, look at the opponent. I'm not listening to it anymore. He took off. Took off for what, 4 games? And then he had that slump on the West Coast. And then he had the Bills game. That was a good game. Then he had the first half of the Packers game. And then he got concussed. And then he threw the interceptions. To me, if that concussion didn't happen, he was going to do that swing he always does, where he has a slump, he learns from his mistakes, and he takes off again. He had a good Bills game. He had a great first half of the Packers game. Concussion. I think if that concussion never happened, boom, he was going to take off again. But we will never know because it happens. So now he's got to do it, right? He's got to do it now. And I'm talking about Tua like this because that's the next video we're going to look at is Jerome Baker talking about Tua and Tua earning respect from the team, because that's something that I noticed that in the past you heard a lot about, the team's not backing Tua, the team doesn't think they can win with Tua, players are coming out and saying this and that. The fact that he can come out and say, my bad, like Jerome Baker said, it's something you'll like a lot. Again, go check Varsity House out, their podcast.
So he gets out into the field early. He does a lot of like preparation and things that go into his game. Was there ever a time where he just might have been like out of character, and not out of character in a bad way, but in a way to where it's just like he just let all of his like emotion out, and it was like all right, Tua, like it was just something different to see that you saw from him.
But every game, he didn't have his best game, which anybody that knows, quarterback is probably one of the hardest positions to play. So you're not going to be perfect every game. In this particular game, he just didn't play well, which is fine.
Love that he said that, right? Because like the quarterback is the most important position on the field. You touch the ball the most out of any position in the NFL. In football, you do the quarterback. But the fact that Jerome Baker said that it wasn't his best game, which is fine. I guarantee you it was the Chargers game, right? A lot of people expect, and I've heard people say, I need to see 17 elite games from Tua next year, or I'm moving on from him, this, and that. Please show me a quarterback in the NFL. Go show me an elite quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, you name an elite quarterback that you think is at the elite echelon, And go show me a season where he had elite play for 17 straight games, because Josh Allen played like a bum against the Jets last year. Joe Burrow threw 4 interceptions week 1 against the Steelers. Like, there's going to be games. There's no quarterback in the history of the NFL had elite games, 17 straight games. So the fact that he's like, and that's fine. It is fine. It's how you bounce back. And the fact that his team got his back and the fact that his team recognized it is awesome.
But to see him like come up to the huddle, he stood there and he took it like a man of like, I didn't play great. Y'all expect me to play well. I didn't play great. It's not my fault, because we knew it's not just his fault. But it's
11 players on the field. Yes, sometimes it is the quarterback's fault, especially if you throw a costly interception, especially if you're off and you're missing reads, you're missing plays, the defense is doing their thing, and yes, but I like that he's like, it's not always his fault.
He took it as like, I'm the leader, y'all expect me to do this, and I didn't do it. I apologize for that. For me, it was like, that is I can't even call him a young man. That is a grown man right there. Like, he's truly, this is his team, and we all behind him for that. That was like the most recent moment. He was always just been that guy, man. He's going to do whatever it takes for the team just to win, to push the guys around him. I mean, that's why we all love him. That's why he's our number one quarterback.
And that speaks volumes, right? Because, like I said before, there's always that stigma that, oh, I can't win with. You heard someone say, I can't win with him. You heard someone say, all of this stuff. His team got his back, especially because they see how hard he works. There's so much rumors and stuff that come out about Tua, and I'm not going to go into a full rant about Tua, even though I have been, just because I want to move on to this one where Dolphins linebacker compares Brian Flores to Mike McDaniels. I'm very interested to hear what a defensive player has to say about this. But I find it funny that people are so critical of him and his teammates have his back. I find that to be very interesting. So this is the last clip we're going to listen to. It's, again, Dolphins linebacker talks about Flores versus McDaniel.
I talked to Minka in the past, and we talked about, Flores, and we talked about just management, organization in general. Touch on just maybe the difference between, Flores and just way maybe things were ran to now with McDaniel, and, obviously he's having success early.
Yeah, just look at it like this. Like, Flores came from Belichick. So, with everything with Belichick, he don't smile, he don't say too much, he try to take the media out of everything. That's how Flo was. But with Flo, the one thing was I always appreciated with him, he was always honest, good or bad. He would not lie. He's going to tell you how it is, good or bad. He's going to be blunt. That's just how he is, and I always appreciate that. It was one game, I forgot whatever game it was. I wasn't playing good. I'm just going to be real with you. I wasn't playing good. We all knew it. I wasn't playing good. And at the time, this was the 2019 season. We wasn't good anyway, so I wasn't playing good. And he expected me to, be a leader on our defense and, make plays for us. And he pulled me to the side. It's his pictures. Everybody thinks like he's telling me to play or whatever. He's really just ripping me a new one. Like, he's going in on me on the sideline. Basically telling me, like, you're playing like trash. This is not it for you. Whatever. And that's just how he was. Like, good or bad, he's going to tell you. You're not playing good, or you're on one today. Like, keep doing your thing. So that was like the whole thing with Flo. Like, he's always been like that type of guy. With, Mike, there's just two different personalities. Like, Mike's going to tell you how it is. He's going to be real with you. But he's that more younger of, like, I still understand of, like, we're young guys. Like, we're young guys. There's no one way to do certain things. Like, he understands that guys might not feel this way towards this. What's the reason to have a uniform when you do this? Like, why should we have a certain type of this? Why not we all just show our personality and come out and do that? So it was just two separate sides, honestly. They're just two opposite people. But the one thing with both of them is like they're just honest on how they feel. They're super smart. They know what they're talking about. And I always appreciate people like that. If you know what you're talking about, I'm going to listen. And they both know what they're talking about. It's two competitive people. I'll say that certain people with Flo, you can tell that they're more intimidated by him. So they didn't want to come and speak to him because they were scared of the truth. That's what I felt like. But with Mike, it's kind of like he's more laid back. He's going to joke with you a little bit. He's going to tell you how it is, but it's going to come off a little bit more easier for you. And that's why I feel like he's more of a player's coach. You know, Flo, I think a lot of people just wasn't ready to hear the truth. If you're not ready to hear the truth, I wouldn't go ask Flo.
I find that interesting. I will say this. I didn't hate Brian Flores. My thing with Brian Flores was we weren't winning. And a lot of people say, Doug, we had 2 back-to-back winning seasons with him. Yeah. But let's not forget 1-7. Horrible offense under Brian Flores. That was my biggest knock. And it was my same knock with Adam Gase. Horrible defense under Adam Gase, who's more concerned about the offense. I think Brian Flores is going to be a really good head coach. I think once he gets there's certain things that coaches need to do properly. And Mike McDaniel's not even doing them properly. It's his first year, but he needs to work on these certain things. But once he gets that together, and once he can get a good offensive staff together, and once he can get that yin to his yang, and that's why I'm very happy with Mike McDaniel right now, because he found Vic Fangio the yin to his yang. Mike McDaniel, Brian Flores is going to be a very good coach. But like Jerome Baker said, there's 2 different personalities. Brian Flores is a Belichick tree disciple. He's going to tell you like it is, and he's going to be very stern about it. Mike McDaniel, he'll probably bring you in, and he'll probably say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's your day going? What'd you eat? Blah, 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 shoot the breeze, and then be like, let me show you something real quick. You see this play? You see how you run that route, and you kind of curve it at the end? And you see how you make the catch, and you get the first down, but you fall because you get tackled? If you were to just plant that foot, run that route crisp, you're going to get 87 yards touchdown right there. That's going to look fantastic as a stat. If you run that crisp, a little bit crisper, you're going to help the team a lot. Versus, why'd you do this? Do you see what you did? You know what I'm saying? It's 2 different styles, and some work with one, some don't work with other. But there's a reason why these up and coming coaches are young. There's, a lot of these guys going to the Super Bowl are young coaches. Obviously, Andy Reid's not young, but it's my thoughts. But I thought this was very interesting when I saw the thumbnails and everything, so I thought we'd react to it. Like I told you guys, I have a video breakdown, film breakdown of Tua all year. We're going to look at the good and the bad, break it down, see where he can get better, see where he can build off of. It's going to be really good. Still have to do the AFC East rankings. There's a lot I got to get done. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for helping me break 40K again. I love you all. And if you haven't watched the live stream from yesterday, go check it out. The information about the giveaway is in there. But on that, I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. My friends up.